Walther PPQ M2, 40 caliber, Spirit Gold dot hollow points. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Scout Tactical channel and this review of the Walther PPQ in 40 caliber, and this is the M2, which is just version 2. Okay, a few disclaimers I guess on this review. First of all, this is the tabletop, and afterwards I'll roll in the shooting footage. I did go to the range with the new GoPro Hero 3 Plus, so I've got the helmet cam going, I've got the side cams going, a little bit of range footage for you. This gun does shoot pretty good, but I'll tell you, I waited a year and a half for this gun. I ordered it when they canceled V1 evidently, and then waited a year and a half before the V2s really started shipping. I don't know what happened there with Walther, but that was a complete fail in the industry in my opinion. I'm a little let down. I can't lie to you. I always tell you guys the truth about the guns. I'm a Smith & Wesson nut, as you know, and Walther is owned by Smith & Wesson, so don't think that I'm biased in any way. I have several other Walthers that I really like, but this one was kind of letting me down a little bit. So let me tell you a little bit about the gun physically, as far as the features, the price, things like that, and then we'll go through kind of what was bothering me on the gun. So first of all, you have a polymer frame semi-auto. Looks pretty familiar, right? It's in 40 caliber, which is 40 Smith & Wesson, pretty standard. It also comes in 9mm. It does not come in 45 ACP. And it's got a 4.1 inch barrel, okay, here to here. Standard frame. It holds 11 from the factory, 11. Now, pretty interesting. You're already probably throwing your arms up on that. 11, most things hold more, correct. And it does come with a factory mag that's marked 11, but has a +2 extension, which is pretty big on the bottom. So it holds 13. Okay, we'll get there in a second. And then as far as the gun goes, the only controls you have is now the button mag release, which was the change for V2 or M2. It used to be the paddle styles that were on the side of the trigger guard, like the Walther P99, like the SW99s, like some of the HK stuff. They went away from that for whatever reason, because I kind of like them, and they went to this. There was a famous magazine gun writer that wrote that he hated those because he had to break his grip to drop the magazine. Lo and behold, a few months later they canceled it and started making announced the M2. I hope that gun magazine writer didn't have any influence. He's just a writer. Sights are pretty standard affair. 2 dots in the rear, 1 in the front. I did not see a night sight option. Very strange. And the old cocking indicator, which was the red pin that sticks out when it's cocked, is gone. Now, it has a very H&K-like slide drop right here. It's huge. Look at that. When you put your hand on the gun, when you're gripping the gun, it's right there. It's easy to hit, and it's ambi, meaning it's on both sides. I love that. As a matter of fact, I really love that. I wish other guns would have that because this is easy to use. Now, I don't use that button or lever, with that being said, on my technique. If the gun is locked to the rear, I just grab it and rack it, and I'm good to go. So, but a lot of guys like the button, a lot of guys use it, and with this one, it's so huge you could even learn to hit it with your trigger finger, like you do maybe on the bad lever of your AR. So that would be some muscle memory for you. So, as you see on the frame, made in Germany, we gotta love that. It's got some German marks, gotta love that. That's AKA Walther, of course, but then it's got the Walther, Fort Smith, Arkansas, which is no big deal. It has to be imported somewhere, right guys? It does have the rail, and it has a squared off trigger guard, and I mean a squared off trigger guard that's even curved in a little bit with some traction strips. So if your technique has a finger up here, which mine doesn't, I'm down here, but if you like to shoot up here, man, this is probably the gun for you because it has one of the most pronounced square trigger guards I've ever seen. Plus, with that type of distance, it's great for gloves. Also has a Glock safe action style trigger, and I say that, it's not a Glock trigger, clearly, but it's just a trigger with a little lever like you used to on the Glocks, and a lot of the manufacturers have something gimmicky like that today. I don't know that I trust it as a safety. On this side, while we're over here, by the way, that mag drop, which is a button on this side, see it pushing up right there? Well, it is reversible. So if you're a lefty, not only do you have a slide drop over here, but you could change the mag button over to this side. So the gun can go lefty, and of course that earns some brownie points. All in all, you'll see the grip has the interchangeable back straps, and all in all, it's one of the most comfortable guns I've ever held. Super comfortable. It has some strange swells right here, interchangeable back straps, which you knock the pin out, you don't twist it out like an M&P. Knock the pin out, aka all Walthers, and then it has some pretty subtle but definitely there finger grooves and a lot of texturing here. This gun feels great in your hand. I was walking up to the targets at the range with this gun and I was just thinking, man, this gun is awesome. It feels great. It looks great. So it's got its second kind of cool, as nothing fancy would describe. But it didn't shoot great. The trigger's good, don't get me wrong. As a matter of fact, the trigger's probably the best Walther trigger I've seen. It feels great and it holds great, but it's very snappy. Now you just probably saw Such00 do his little review on the Walther in a PPQ in 9mm, and he was talking about how soft it shot, and I really didn't anticipate any problems with this gun. But by God, it's snappy. It's real snappy. As a matter of fact, it's shockingly snappy, and it breaks my grip apart. So my two hands are touching when I'm shooting, it actually breaks them apart. That's very strange to me, because this is an upper end gun in the mid-gun price range. You know, when the Glock 23, which is a direct competitor, the M&P 40, the Springfield XD 40, all those guns, when they're all running in the $499 range, this gun's running $600, and some guys are getting more for it. I saw some $650. So for more money, I'd expect a little more shootability. Again, the ergonomics are there. I like it. But it's very snappy to shoot. The back strap slams into your palm. It kind of hurts. It's nothing crazy, it's just uncomfortable. It's not like shooting a 44 mag, and it's just different. And it has some flip. It has a lot of flip, and I think that's because of the height of this slide. See how tall the slide is as compared to, say, a competitor, the M&P. You see, the M&P has a shorter slide, and I'm talking about the height of this slide right here. The shorter that is, the closer that is down to the hand, the more it goes back instead of up when you shoot. That's how muzzle flip occurs. So, I don't know. It's 25 ounces, so it's right in line. It's perfectly in line with all the competitors that I mentioned. It's 4.1 inches, so it's right in line with all the competitors that I mentioned. The 4-inch semi-auto black polymer gun is pretty much a staple category right now. Glock 19, Glock 23, M&P, XD, everybody has one in that size because it is very popular. It kind of serves multi-role as self-defense, home defense, vehicle defense, concealed carry, learn to shoot, take your CHL test. You can do a lot with a 4-inch semi-auto pistol. It's very versatile. Again, just kind of snappy when I shot it. So much so that I was disappointed. And I'm going to go with I like the gun, not I love the gun. Also, round count. So let's get back to that real quick. This thing, like I said, 11 from the factory in the regular flush mag, and then 13 in the big mag. It's no big deal. As you see, when it's on there, it doesn't actually affect your grip. You can't actually get to it. Let me show you. You can't actually get to it on your support, on your firing hand, your strong hand. It's your support hand that gets on that little piece right there, and that makes the gun even more shootable. So I like that, and I have no problem ordering some more 13 round magazines because they are in stock. They are available right now, although at 40 bucks, that's kind of crazy. That seems to be the going price on some of the brands today. But when you think about some other competitors, it's 13 with a flush fit magazine in the Glock 23 40 caliber. It's 15 in the M&P 40, same size gun as you see. Right, of course the trigger guards are different, but same size gun. And Springfield has a lot of options on their XD with different frame sizes, different mag extensions and all that stuff, but generally, yeah, they're 13 to 16 rounds and 40 as well, so Springfield has them beat as well. And I'm not trying to leave out a certain brand. If you like other guns, you can make your comparison. I'm just naming kind of the majors in the Glock, the M&P, and the XD. Those are three of the biggest in the US right now and have been for several years. So, all in all, good ergonomics, good looks. It feels great. It has a great trigger. The sights are easy to pick up. 11 plus 1 or 13 plus 1, no big deal. That's plenty of ammo. But of course, I wish it had 15 like an M&P. and still has the great size. But again, snappy. It's got some flip, and I don't know why. Now, I will say, if you go up to its big brothers, the SIG or the H&K, I say big brothers because they're out of that price range. You know, SIGs and H&Ks are awesome, but they're going $700 to $1,000 in a lot of the models. So totally different price range. But they don't have the muzzle flip, even though they have these taller slides. And actually, SIG probably taller than this gun. But what they have is weight. I think that this gun is too light for the 40 with that profile of a slide, if that makes sense. And who am I to say? I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. It has muzzle flip. It's hard to keep your grip together unless you're really bearing down on it. So it's easier to shoot other guns than this one. I think that's about as politically correct as it is, as you can say it. And that's all it comes down to. This is a good gun. This gun shoots good. Other guns in this price category, in my personal opinion, and that's all it is, shoot better because they're easier to shoot. So this one's good. Others in this price range may serve you a little bit better. Okay, let's get you over to the range time, which I think you'll like that when you see it shooting. But I will tell you, as always, I appreciate the subscriptions and the views. Keep them coming on YouTube. Keep the channel growing. As you know, Scout Tactical is part of Scout Tactical Network, which is Scout Tactical, Scout Prepper, and Scout Hunter. Please look at all three channels and subscribe to all three. Check us out on the web, scouttactical.com. This channel on Facebook is Scout Tactical Channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Try some FMJs. See if it's a little better than the hollow points.